Delighted to be joined by Appleyard, who's in the corner this Saturday, aren't you? You're going to do a little bit more of this, aren't you, in training, stuff like that, when your career's done?
Yeah, I'll be going into training. Once I've done with my own career in boxing, I'll be definitely going into the training side of things, so I'm looking forward to that part of it as well. So obviously just trying to get as much experience as I can now in corners with Terry, Jay and everyone else. So obviously I've got a lot of experience myself being in there, myself fighting, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that second part of my career.
Obviously kindly vacated your Central Area title to let Jimmy Joe fight for it, and obviously you went on and won last weekend. Good of yourself that. Is that kind of thinking, now that's behind me now, I'm going to leave that belt there and I'm going to go on to the next thing? Is that kind of what it were as well?
Yeah, like, I mean, we're all a family in gym, so at the end of the day, there were an opportunity there for Jimmy to fight for it. I weren't really that bothered about defending it. I want bigger titles. So I just thought, why not let Jimmy fight for it, let them go for it, and obviously brought it back to Jim, which was fantastic. So yeah, really buzzing for him.
Obviously your last fight, big show to be fair, a lot came out for yourself. You did announce your retirement that night, but then you want to be back, and I think, to be fair, the performance you put on was a very good performance against a game opponent. Was that kind of maybe played into it a little bit when you watch the fight back, knowing that there is a lot left in the tank? Is that kind of played into it as well?
No, I'll tell you what it were. I said if I lost the fight, I'd retire, and I would have done. And I said if I scraped a win, I'd have retired, and I would have done. But I didn't tell nobody this, not Steffi, not my wife, nobody. That was in my own head, literally in my own head. And I think the emotion of the night, and because it had been going round in my head, even though I won comfortably, I kind of said it. So that wasn't the plan. The plan was to say it if the other two options happened, and they didn't. So I knew after a few days it was the wrong thing to have said.
Obviously, surely an opportunity comes now, fantastic performance. Have you had a couple of things knocking or anything like that?
We've had, I've had one on a ticket deal. I'm not interested in doing a ticket deal down London. And other little mentions, a couple more recently, and we've said yes to them, but nothing seems to have materialised. But there may be something in the summer, so if that's the case, then I'm happy to hold out. It's been 6-7 months since I last boxed, so it's my final roll at dice. If I can get a proper camp against the top lad, I'll be able to show obviously what I am capable of, rather than taking it at just short notice. So obviously if that does come for the summer, I'll be really happy.
Obviously the one name that's been mentioned probably so much that you're probably sick of it now is Levi Quintiona. Obviously you had that 3-round war on the boxing card, and there were murmurs that there were going to be another fight between you two. Do you want to quickly explain obviously the situation with that, because I know it were very close to happening, and then obviously there were a couple of war words on Twitter. How come that fight didn't end up materialising?
So the fight was there. We'd have had the fight on the Doncaster Dome show. Offered a lot of money for a Central Area title fight and a ticket deal to Dave Allen. He put it through to Levi, and he thought it was worth more and it should be on TV. And that wasn't the case. Then we got the fight offered for on Sky, and Levi took the fight, fair play. He said he wanted it that time, it was on TV, and unfortunately he failed his brain scan, which again is no fault of his. So that didn't happen, and then Levi took on another lad and unfortunately lost for him. So it's dead in the water now. It's well gone.
Would you not take that step back, to be fair, now, or?
No, see, point he's ranked. God knows where he's ranked. As a lightweight, he seems to think he's a lightweight. So I'm a super lightweight. Could be a welterweight if I wanted to. So yeah, it's kind of dead and gone really. I'm now, but Lions are winning nice titles and he's not, so what's the point? Unless they offered me a substantial amount of money, and they're not gonna.
Is the dream still to obviously trying to win a British title? Is that still the dream that you feel like you can go on and achieve?
Definitely, British or Commonwealth. Ever since I boxed Dodford Commonwealth, and I kind of knew at 3 weeks' notice if everything weren't perfect, but and I should have won that fight. Just wrong tactics, inexperience, and everything. So yeah, I know I'm capable of winning a British or Commonwealth, and then the goals obviously I won a little championship belt at Super Feather, I've won a Central Area at Super Lightweight, I've won an English at Lightweight, so Commonwealth or British is basically every single step of it all. But if all the titles come from the next fight, I'll be jumping at them.
Obviously the experience as well that you've got now, being in with the likes of obviously Dalton Smith. Like you said, if it does get offered to you to fight a Queensbury prospect or a Sky prospect, you'd probably snatch their hand off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. The one for the summer could be a Queensbury prospect, so and I'm not scared of fighting anyone. It's not trying to be clever or anything. I really am not. I've got all the experience, and with the camp, I'll be able to show what I am capable of. And if this happens for the summer, then everybody will see.
Brilliant. Cheers for your time, mate.
Cheers, mate.